Memorial. The universe has fascinated us with its seemingly endless expanses and its numerous mysteries. Thanks to the continuous development of telescopes and computers, scientists are constantly gaining new impressions of what is going on in our cosmic neighborhood, which in turn leads to the regular discovery of new galaxies and planets that puzzle researchers. So, the planet Fomalhaut b, where ultimately nothing is as it first appears to be. What's with Fomalhaut b and how the exoplanet has caused headaches for experts around the globe, we'll reveal to you in this video. A mysterious celestial body frightens NASA scientists. NASA concerned itself with the star Fomalhaut as early as the 1980s, when it was first described by scientists as the brightest star in the constellation of the Southern Fish, approximately 25 light-years from our Sun. One of the star's special features is the fact that it is surrounded by a layer of dust with an impressive circumference of 24 billion miles, which was reason enough for NASA to repeatedly take a look at Fomalhaut over the decades. The discovery of Fomalhaut b, an exoplanet 3 times the size of Jupiter, was considered a sensation. But what made the celestial body so special? The first exoplanet detected in optically visible light? After its original discovery in 2004, it was to take another 8 years until the discovery of Fomalhaut b could be confirmed as genuine in 2012. NASA scientists were delighted by the fact that this was the first exoplanet to be detected on the basis of images taken with the Advanced Camera for Surveys, or ACS, of the Hubble Space Telescope, which until then had only detected celestial bodies using methods such as the transit method, where planets are detected by observing the brightness of a star. To date, more than 80% of all exoplanets discovered are accounted for by the transit method. The fact that the supposed authenticity of Fomalhaut b was confirmed by images was therefore nothing less than a scientific sensation. An exoplanet disappears from the scene. If you think the discovery of Fomalhaut b is spectacular enough in itself, you're wrong. Instead, the celestial body continued to cause a stir, and more importantly, a headache in the years following its discovery. Namely, in 2014, Fomalhaut b disappeared from researchers' radar without a trace, a development that baffled both NASA and other full-time astronomers. George Reich of the University of Arizona, for example, described Fomalhaut b as the ultimate test of all human ideas about the evolution of exoplanets and star systems. Other researchers went a step further, acknowledging that humanity is still far from fully understanding the universe and the formation of planets or star systems. Was the discovery of Fomalhaut b based on a simple mistake? But how can a planet completely disappear within a few years? If you believe prominent researchers and co-workers at NASA, then the answer is simple: it can't. Instead, scientists conceded that the discovery of Fomalhaut b, or its classification as an exoplanet, could be a simple mistake. Echoing this, several researchers came to the conclusion that the Hubble telescope did not discover an exoplanet at all in the case of Fomalhaut b. Instead, there is now talk of a gigantic dust cloud that resulted from the collision of 2 cosmic objects, and in combination with the Hubble telescope caused an optical illusion or misjudgment by NASA employees. Every 200,000 years, collisions occur in the Fomalhaut galaxy. According to researchers at the University of Arizona, 2 cosmic objects about 120 miles long collided with each other and caused an expanding dust cloud, which is now larger than the orbit of the Earth around the Sun. A truly impressive natural spectacle, but one that is not rare in the Fomalhaut galaxy, at least by cosmic standards. Indeed, experts assume that in the Fomalhaut galaxy, collisions of giant objects occur on average every 200,000 years, causing dust clouds that could swallow entire galaxies with a powerful rumble. Accordingly, researchers and scientists are excited about the fact that they have had the opportunity to observe the effects of this cosmic spectacle in recent years, even if the whole thing unfortunately means that the discovery of exoplanet Fomalhaut b turned out to be a false alarm. Researchers discover new exoplanets. In view of the fact that the observation of strange galaxies has made great progress in the past years, the whole thing could just be a fiasco that's easy to recover from. After all, NASA has repeatedly come across new planets, galaxies, and cosmic phenomena in the near past that have amazed researchers. Among them, 3 celestial bodies orbiting the star L98-59 in a galaxy about 35 light-years away. These once again raise the question of whether intelligent life could only develop on Earth or whether it can also be found on other planets. A water world in the habitable zone? For intelligent life to develop, water is considered essential according to the current state of research. And here, one of the planets comes into play, one that orbits the so-called habitable zone around L98-59. The habitable zone is described as the distance from a star that provides sufficient heat to enable liquid water and thus intelligent life. Researchers are paying particular attention to a planet that orbits L98-59 in the habitable zone and is said to be about 1/3 covered by water. At the same time, Maria Rosa Zapatero Osorio, an astronomer at the Center of Astrobiology in Spain, assumes that the celestial body in question, which is about half the size of Venus, has a sufficiently stable atmosphere to maintain water, temperature, and other elements essential for life. Thus, the most important basis for the development of life would be given. Whether and in which form this might actually develop remains to be seen, according to astronomers, and it will surely take some years until mankind is technically able to examine the atmosphere of far distant planets for traces of life. 2 further exoplanets arouse the interest of researchers. In recent years, another 2 exoplanets in the habitable zone of L98-59 have moved into the focus of scientific interest. According to astronomers who deal with this 35 light-years distant star system, internal measurements showed that the 2 planets have clearly less water. However, as deserts or other remote places on Earth show, this need not have a negative impact on the evolution of life. After all, evolution has already shown impressive developments and results on Earth when it comes to adapting to supposedly hostile conditions. Why should the vastness of the universe be an exception? By the way, the planets in the orbit of L98-59 were discovered by NASA's Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite TESS, which will continue to take a closer look at the underlying star system in the coming years. Astronomers have new hope for the James Webb Space Telescope. According to their own information, scientists assume that there could be other exoplanets orbiting L98-59 that are located in the habitable zone and have simply yet to be discovered. When it comes to observing alien galaxies, astronomers and researchers have high hopes for the James Webb Space Telescope, which, after various postponements, is finally scheduled for launch in December 2021. The James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST for short, is the result of a collaboration between NASA, ESA, and the CSA, and is described as the most powerful telescope in existence to date, far surpassing the capabilities of the Hubble Space Telescope. With the JWST, researchers not only hope to discover new planets and examine them for possible traces of life, but also to gain new insights into the structure of our universe or the formation of star systems. Either way, if you're an astronomy enthusiast, you can look forward to exciting years full of new discoveries. In this video, we told you the story of a supposed planet that captured the imagination of experts around the globe before it turned out to be a